Alright, we're ready to dive into the main compartment on the backpack. First, let's start up here. Stand this up for a moment. I have to get this out of the way a bit there. So, in the very top section of the pack, I have a pack towel. This is a medium-sized pack towel. These things are fantastic for everything from washing to drying. Once I get it wet, I do not put it back in there. I hang it on the outside of the pack off of just any one of the straps or whatnot and let it dry out. Once it gets wet the first time, it tends to stay on the outside of the pack going forward. I'll come back to that. First aid kit. I'm not going to go into the details of individual items. I'll do that in other videos in the future. This is my first aid kit. It's a simple Ziploc. I have all sorts of things in here from antidiarrheal, some Tylenol, to everything to sew up a small wound, and Band-Aids. Now, this is not an extensive, all-inclusive field surgery kit because I wouldn't be able to do that anyway. These are just the things that I can handle. Anything else, I'm pushing that button on the spot and doing my best to slow blood flow and hope someone can come and save me. This covers everything else. Also up here, what I call my poop kit. Half roll of toilet paper and some wet ones in a Ziploc. I carry it like this when I'm going to go do my business. It may be raining. You don't want to carry a roll of toilet paper in the rain. You may think, oh, that's no problem, I'll be quick and I'll be back and it'll be fine. As soon as it gets a little wet, next time you go to use it, you're going to be wishing you had it in a Ziploc. Okay, that should be it for everything except this little orange bag here. This is just a little bag for organizing things. It also acts as a bit of a vapor barrier, so I can keep some things in here in case they're a little damp. Bug net. I hike a lot in Michigan. Anyone hiking in Michigan that doesn't have a bug net is insane. I think that's the only word for it. Now, again, summer hiking here we're talking about. This is only my summer kit. Thin pair of gloves. This is just if it gets cold, maybe while I'm sleeping, maybe you know, I'm just cold while hiking, or maybe getting up super early and it happens to be very cold. Being at elevation of 4,000 feet or less. Again, any higher I'd probably bring some different gear, but this right here, simple, lightweight, thin gloves. A buff. Buff acts as a lot of different things. I can put it on my neck to keep my neck warm. I can wear it as a hat to keep my my head warmer, to keep sun off of my head, to keep bugs out of my hair. I can also just use this to wash up with if necessary, and then I can dry with my pack towel. So lots of versatility in that one little item. Let's see here. Go ahead and open up the top compartment now. Dive into the main pack. So, because this pack is so small, to get 4 days of food in here along with all the other supplies, actually I think I only have 3 in here right now, I actually have to take the food and separate it a little bit so I can take advantage of more space in here. I can't have it all in one bag. So what I do is I bring a rather large, just a simple nylon bag for stringing up my food and hanging it in case I'm in an area where there may be bears or whatnot, or if there's squirrels or raccoons, which is just about everywhere. So this is to actually put all my food in and hang it. Now the food items themselves, I'll just go through them real quickly, are generally individually wrapped in a Ziploc so that they're easily accessible. With the exception of my tortillas, everything's actually wrapped up by meal. So you can see in this example, I've got a freeze-dried meal, I have a honey waffle stinger, and a Cliff Bar. So this is what I mentioned, I would eat this for dinner and put the 2 snacks in that side belt pouch so that I have them as I'm hiking. So each dinner separate in a pack, some snacks separate. These happen to be almonds, and then dinner 3. I also prefer only to cook for breakfast and dinner. For lunch, I do not cook, so that's where the tortillas come in. Tortillas in this. What this is actually just a random peanut butter jar. What I do is I take honey and peanut butter. This will be a little hard to see, But I actually take half the peanut butter out and I put honey in the other side. What this gives me is peanut butter and honey in a little container. This is several days worth, plus the tortillas, and bam, there's my lunches. I'll come back to that. Breakfasts. My breakfasts are generally instant oatmeal. 4 packs, plus a snack and a drink. I love apple cider, hot cocoa in the mornings, so I throw one in there. So I'll do 4 oatmeals and a nice drink, and then the snack goes into my side pouch so that I have that ready for me going out throughout the day. So there's 3 of those. Pull those out. Let's go into this little bag here. I'm going to move this food out of the way. There we are. So again, this is everything that I need to bring for my short little trip. In this bag, this is kind of ends up being a miscellaneous for me. I'm also bringing a little bit extra gear because I have some friends coming with me that haven't a lot of experience. So there's some backup items in here. You'll see I have a headlamp in there in the pack. I bring an emergency light stick in case someone needs one. A little bit of DEET, never hurts. Kleenex, emergency reflective blanket. This can be very helpful for warmth or for emergencies. Roll of duct tape, very small roll. Some zip ties for emergency. All in a simple little organizing bag. Alright, right here what we have, this is in a dry bag on purpose. What I have in here is everything I need to filter water. I use a Sawyer Squeeze, nice inexpensive filter. Included in here are the bags that you actually screw on in order to scoop up some river water and filter that. I'm not going to go into how all that works right now. There's also a cleaning mechanism for back flushing, just uses a little plunger. And then I also bring a small collapsing bucket. Now, some people may say that's just extra weight. I like to have it, especially in a group. As long as one person brings one, everybody can share. Useful for all different things. I'm not going to go into my sleep system in detail. I do use a hammock. This is my hammock tarp right here. So I've got a tarp. This is my hammock. Nice and small. Let's go into here. This is my bathroom kit. This is also included an ACE bandage in here. I have everything in here that I need. Bio soap, a little mini deodorant, toothpaste and toothbrush minis, things that I need to take care of. Also, just to scare the crap out of you weight weenies, I bring an electric razor. It's a travel razor. Yes, it's heavy. My total weight of everything that you've seen here, except what was on my person, including 2 liters of water and 4 days of food, is 26.5 pounds. I consider this a luxury item. I can't stand facial hair, so I shave it off every day. Alright, what else we got? This is my clothes bag. I'm not going to go into detail in here, but these are the only clothes that I bring extra other than what I'm wearing. There is 2 additional pairs of socks in here. There is a pair of synthetic underwear for every day. There's 2 synthetic shirts and an emergency pair of synthetic quick dry shorts. And that's pretty much all I need for this trip as far as clothing. Alright, in here, and again, in an actual dry bag. This one for reasons of keeping fuel from leaking anywhere else at all. I use an alcohol stove. Bottle of alcohol, Lexan spoon, second bottle of alcohol. This is not ideal, but this is what I have. So I use this cup. This is what I eat my oatmeal out of and such. This is my entire cook kit. I'm not going to go into details on this in this video. I'll catch that later. There's an alcohol stove in here and a pot for cooking in, as well as a lighter and the various things that I need in there. Stakes, as well as the ridge line and the tree straps for my hammock, all right there. This is, some people call them puffies. It is a down vest. Mine does not have sleeves because this is summer. This is what I put on if I get cold. That plus maybe that long sleeve shirt. Way down here in the bottom, sleeping bag. I'm bringing a 32-degree down bag. Like to at least be somewhat warm. This is a Franke style bug net in a bag that's from my kayak, actually. Let's see here, what else do we have? I think we're coming down to the last few items. This right here is a piece of Reflectix that I use for two things. Number one, when I'm cooking my dinners, you pour the boiling water into the bag. I put that inside here and use it as a cozy. Also, if it's cold, I actually put this inside my hammock for my feet to rest on, because that's the only area that really might get a little cold, because I don't necessarily have good coverage to keep the underneath of my feet warm. So that's what I use that for. Also, a piece of Tyvek. I use this as a ground cloth. I use it to sit on. Can also be used as a vapor barrier or other emergencies. That should be everything in my pack other than my headlamp, which I'm not seeing here. So I'm going to have to find that and put that in the pack. Check. Aha! There's my headlamp. It was actually in the top. Headlamp. That's my gear. Again, about 26.5 pounds for all in, other than what's on my person. So, a summer only kit, and only for a few days. Anything more, have to go with a bigger pack, have to bring more gear. That's all I've got.